Yeah, ayy, yeah, ayy, ayy, yeah, ayy, ayy, ayy.
That's it,
Face plant, yeah. I need love, I need drugs, I need savior. My niggas, I got blood on my hands, yo. I might up there eat a truck on my fucking fans, ayy. Yo, fuck, I'm up white, Johnny K, I might lose my mind, I can't never love a bitch, ayy.
Welcome back to the channel. This is going to be part 3 of What If Naruto Was in the Anbu. Before the video starts, I would just like to thank all of you for 280 subscribers and the tremendous amount of support I've been getting on these videos lately. With that being said, let's get right into the video. Danzo went into the Hokage's office and said, "What is this all about?" And Kakashi said to Danzo that one of his students was good enough to be in the Anbu like he did whenever he was younger. Then Danzo asked who the student was and why Kakashi thought that he was strong enough to join the Anbu. Then Kakashi said, "The student is Naruto Uzumaki. He's the strongest in my team, and he was the one that defeated the kid that transformed into the one-tailed beast Shikaku." Then Danzo said, "I've heard about this Naruto kid before. Isn't he the one with the nine-tailed fox inside of him?" Kakashi said, "Yes, that's him. But if you try using him to get to the fox, I will kill you myself." Then Danzo smiled and said, "I'm not going to use the boy to get to the nine tails. But even if I did, you aren't strong enough to stop me." Then Kakashi's mood intensified, and he said, "I wouldn't be too sure of that if I were you." Then he disappeared and was standing behind Danzo with his Chidori. He was ready to strike. Then he said, "I mean it. If you try anything, you're dead." Then Danzo said, "First, we would have to test his abilities. I will have about a dozen Anbu ninja attack him to see if he is strong as you claim." Naruto was walking into his apartment when he noticed something was off. So he looked around, but he didn't see anything. So he just went into his apartment. But as soon as he walked through the door, he was tackled. After a moment of struggling, he noticed that they were wearing Anbu masks. Then he started fighting back. He made a Rasengan in his right hand that was under one of the Anbu. The Anbu member screamed, then was thrown up into the air by Naruto's Rasengan. Then the other Anbu members stood up and got ready to fight Naruto. Then Naruto stood up, and he was surrounded by red chakra. Then he said, "You better tell me what's happening before I get angry." Naruto's eyes were now red, and he was angry that no one told him what was happening. Then he said, "So be it," and made a Rasengan in his left hand and a tailed beast bomb in the other. He threw the tailed beast bomb at one of the Anbu, but he dodged it. Then Naruto dashed towards him and hit him in the gut with his Rasengan. Then Naruto jumped out of the window and ran to a place where he would have more room to fight back. The Anbu were right behind him when he reached the field where Kakashi had first tested his team. Since there was no one else around Naruto, he went into tailed beast mode and started fighting them off. One of the Anbu members was from the Foundation, and he was named Sai. Whatever he drew came to life. When Sai seen Naruto go into tailed beast mode, he quickly drew the crouched tiger bullet, and it started sealing Naruto. But before Naruto went into this scroll, he summoned Gamabunta, the chief toad, and he fought the tiger and made it let go of Naruto. Then Naruto went back to fighting off the rest of the Anbu. Another one of the Anbu was Yamato, who mastered wood style jutsu. He used his wood style to trap Naruto and to suppress his chakra, but as soon as he trapped Naruto, Gamabunta used his sword to cut through the wood and free Naruto. After Naruto got free, Sai drew the rest of the tailed beasts and he infused them with the rest of his chakra he had to give them extra power. Then they all made tailed beast bombs, and they were getting ready to shoot them at Naruto. Then they all launched them at Naruto, but as they approached, Naruto smiled and didn't even move. Then he used some more of Kurama's chakra to catch the tailed beast bombs. Then he said, "You really thought this cheap trick could defeat me?" Then he threw the tailed beast bombs back at the drawings, and they were destroyed. Then Naruto proceeded to knock out the rest of the Anbu. Sasuke woke up, and he didn't know where he was. But before he started to worry, Orochimaru came over and reminded him that he was going to give him enough power to avenge his clan. Then he went to Sasuke and gave him the curse mark. Sasuke screamed in pain. Then Orochimaru said, "Don't worry, it will all be over in a minute." Then Orochimaru took him to a nearby village to train. When they arrived at the village, all the village's Jonin noticed Orochimaru was about to enter their village. So they tried to fight him off, but instead of him fighting them, he gave Sasuke a sword and told him to kill all the ninja. Sasuke smiled and held the sword in his left hand while using his Chidori in his right, and he activated his Sharingan. The ninja rushed Sasuke, but couldn't land a single hit because of his Sharingan, even though his Sharingan wasn't experienced enough. He could still dodge almost all the ninja's attacks. Sasuke took out some of them with the Chidori and a couple more with his sword, but they eventually cornered him and used a paralysis jutsu on him. They were about to kill him when Orochimaru summoned a snake. They started fighting the snake. Then Orochimaru took Sasuke and retreated back to the hideout. When they arrived at the hideout, Orochimaru started doing experiments on Sasuke. He went into his mind and played a memory of Sasuke losing his parents over and over again. After Sasuke kept seeing this, his Sharingan had transformed into a Mangekyou Sharingan because he kept seeing the death of his parents. Then Orochimaru trained Sasuke to master his Sharingan. He trained Sasuke to use the Susanoo and Amaterasu. Then he took Sasuke back to the village they attacked so Sasuke could try his new techniques. When they came out of the village to defend it, Sasuke used his Susanoo and started attacking them, and then he used his Amaterasu to light the walls outside the village on fire. The Susanoo took out most of the shinobi, but there were a few that survived. Then Sasuke used Chidori to finish them off. Then Orochimaru took Sasuke back to the hideout and taught him some forbidden jutsu, like Twin Snake Sacrifice Jutsu, and two others. One of them was Ito Tensei, which could bring shinobi back to life, and also the Reaper Death Seal, which took someone's soul. Back in the Leaf Village, Danzo approached the place where Naruto was fighting and told him to calm down. Then Naruto looked at Danzo and said, "Are you the one who sent them? If you are, I'll kill you too." Then Danzo said, "There's no need for all this. This was a test to see if you are as strong as I've been hearing. And you are, so please come with me to the Hokage's office." Then Naruto went with Danzo to the Hokage's office. When they arrived, Danzo said that Naruto passed. Naruto said, "I passed what?" Then Kakashi said, "Danzo was testing you to see if you were strong enough to join the Anbu, so you could go out and search for Sasuke and bring him back to the village." Then Hiruzen looked at Naruto and said, "Congratulations. With you joining the Anbu, it makes you more likely to achieve your dream of being Hokage when you grow up." Then Naruto smiled and said, "I'm ready." Then he said, "When do I start?" They all said, "Now. You can leave the village with a 3-man squad of your choice and go after Sasuke." This is where I'm going to leave off part 3. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe, and comment down below what you thought of the video. Also, turn them notifications on so you don't miss the next part. And as always, I hope all of you guys have a great day. Peace out.